And welcome back to the Cover 3 podcast here on CBS Sports. That's Tom Fornelli. That's Danny Kanell. That's Bud Elliott. I'm Chip Patterson coming to you live at youtube.com/Cover3 and everywhere you get your podcasts on demand. Thanks for hanging out. Smash that subscribe, smash that like, and come and join us in the chat, a.k.a. the Cover 3 tailgate, where our friend Matt wants to know who else is tied for first on Splash. That's right. Coming up in just a little bit, we will have an update from the leaderboard of the official Cover 3 college football pick'em brought to you by Splash. Matt, you are not the only one tied for first place with a 6-0 record, 7 points because you got your extra bonus lock. But before we get to the Splash leaderboard, we, of course, have to begin our Thursday with a recap of the week that was. Bud, monster. Just an absolute monstrous week. 7-1. The wins were NC State ECU first half under 31.5. Akron first half plus 3.5. I believe that was 0-0 at halftime, right?
Yes.
You were sitting on 0-0 for a while, but yeah, you were able to get that one home. Texas, Ohio State, first half under 23.5. Notre Dame, Miami, first half under 24.5. Tulane, Northwestern, under 46. Virginia Tech, South Carolina, under 52.5. Tennessee, first quarter, minus 3.5. 7-1 for the week, has you 8-2 for the season. What's the recap? What's the post-game press conference sound like?
I feel pretty good about most of these. Auburn had the kickoff return, obviously, which helped, but they still moved the football, so that probably wasn't a great handicap by me. I thought a little bit fortunate with Tulane. I thought they moved the football better than the points they scored, but the transfer at quarterback Northwestern took just can't play, at least not through one game. So, felt pretty good there. Scoring is way down across the sport. I think a lot of that is just the amount of veteran players who have had to move on because we don't have these 24-year-old COVID kids anymore. And I also shout out to our friend Bill Connolly, who had all the numbers on it in his Tuesday column about how much too high teams are seeing now. And just like they're really copying that NFL model that they understand the analytics dictate that you really got to deny the explosive play at all costs. It's not just, hey, stop the run. It's like, actually, it's deny the explosive and make teams really, really drive the football and you make them be consistent, which I think with all these transfer rosters, by the way, is even more difficult. First time a lot of these guys have played together in a game. Can you successfully execute 10, 12, 13-play drives with guys you just met? Sometimes it's tough. I think scoring will increase as the season goes on, but, man, we are way down.
Stop talking, Bud. You're putting my record on the screen for too long. This guy right here is trying to just let his record sit up there. That guy is not focused on the week ahead. All right, bloodbath Saturday for me. UNLV, Sam Houston State over 61 was a Texas first half plus a half was a Alabama minus 13.5. I mean, I do not have a sound effect to properly describe how awful that one was. Clemson did not win the third quarter. Notre Dame, Miami, I felt good about that one. Y'all had the first half. I went the full game. That thing was pacing all right. Even Mario trying to sit on it. But obviously, that's a loss. Losses are losses. Indiana, fourth quarter, we are absolutely concerned about the smoking habits in Bloomington. Georgia, Marshall, under 55.5 is a win. Utah, UCLA, over 51.5 is a win. Texas A&M, first half, minus 13.5 is a loss. And then Montana State, plus 28.5 is a loss. 2-8 for the week, 5-8 for the season. Danny, he's got 6-4 on the week. The wins were USF plus 5.5, Georgia Tech minus 4, Texas, Ohio State under 48, Notre Dame, Miami first half under 24.5, Florida State first half plus 7.5, Utah minus 5.5. Losses were NC State minus 13.5, Clemson minus 3.5, Indiana minus 23.5, Virginia Tech plus 7.5. What we learned? What do we take in moving forward?
We have a couple of rookies here on the show that really piss me off because I'm driving up to Tallahassee. I'm going 90 miles an hour, trusting the autopilot to work. I've got quad box on my phone, set up so I can keep it in my peripheral. And I get texts from one Tom Fornelli and Chip Patterson. I wanted to start 1-0. Tom said, NC State is a juggernaut. Chip Patterson, the Pack have the Pirates in hell. Little did they know it was a 4-quarter game. They're giving me the win early. You can't jinx me like that. Don't ever say anything until the game has gone final. Come on. Bunch of rookies.
Danny going for that Georgia scholarship.
Yeah, I was 6-4 for the week has Danny at 6-6 for the season. Tom, very strong 5-3 week. We are UNLV, Sam Houston State. Oh, let's go with the wins. Illinois, Western Illinois under 63.5. We love it. Ohio State -1.5. LSU, Clemson under 57.5. Purdue -17.5. And Mary Mac +6.5. A back and forth battle. They threatened to get it done on the field, but the cover bringing it home. The only losses, again, that UNLV Sam Houston over, Alabama -13.5, and Penn State Nevada under 56.5. 5-3 for the week, 7-4 for the season.
Yeah, the Merrimack play, that was discipline ruling me. I was originally considering taking Merrimack on the money line, and then I thought better of it right before the show started. And I was like, I'll just take them in the points. I don't want to get too crazy. So it was a good thing that I did, although I nearly would have won the money line too. I didn't learn a ton, honestly, except maybe Alabama stinks. But if I look at my losses, first of all, the Penn State Nevada loss was a heartbreaker, with Nevada scoring in the final minute and then going for 2 to push the total to 57. That was just a come on, Penn State, be better. And then I have filed a protest about UNLV Sam Houston. If you guys actually watched that game, there was no game clock for like the entire second half. The officials were keeping it on the field. Mm-hmm. So as far as I'm concerned, there still might be 10 minutes left in that game. So I don't know. I'm filing a protest.
Our friend Colin Wilson, I think, was the one who tweeted millions of dollars have been wagered on this total, and it's being kept in Las Vegas by officials with their little stopwatches.
That's right. Just saying. Get Pablo Torre on that. I want to find out what happened.
And Tom, we were close. We were pacing, and we were pacing, and we finished close. But yeah, I hope that we can get a reversal. Like I think I had a Jose Ramirez total bases from the summer that got reversed. Maybe we can get the same luck here. All right, before we find out from the locking chair, we do also want to recap our Splash leaderboard, because congratulations to not 1, not 2, not 12, not 24, not 48, 52 people went 6-0. Clarification here. You see that 192.50 or 192 and some change split up. That is not awarded right now. That is if the contest ended right now, the first place money would be divided across those 52 people. Again, remember, this was free to enter, and it was impressive to see 52 people go 6-0, which means you get 7 points, since obviously one of those wins was the lock. But Noel boys, I'm sure you got to revel that Alabama was the most picked team. Yikes. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Georgia Tech was the second most picked team. A lot of commentary from everyone in the tailgate. Sounds like we do have a lot of Splash participants who are watching us live. We thank you for signing up and your support of the game. My Splash picks went 2-4, so I'm tied somewhere in the 4,000s. With what everybody else come in at on Splash.
I've got 4 points.
I think 4-2.
4-2.
Let me see.
I was one of the people who locked up Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you that's how you take an L. 4-2. All right.
A lot of season left.
A lot of season left. Absolutely. And remember, thanks to our partners at Splash. All right, gentlemen, let's flush the week behind us. Good God, let's flush the week behind us. And let's go eyes ahead on what's coming in week 2. So I say to you, gentlemen, y'all ready to lock it up?
Let's do it.
Go.
Since 2005, the under in games between service academies is 40-9-1.
We're picking locks.
Give me an over in this one as well. A little 2-for-1 special.
Don't get these locks.
I was a sicko last week. Y'all were watching the good games. I was live betting the hell out of UL in Kentucky.
My blue plate special 5-star locks are coming.
5-star master lock. Lock it up. You want these locks.
I'm living and dying every point, every cover.
From the locking chair to your eyes and ears, a reminder that locks are sponsored all season long by Cash App. Making money moves should be easy, and that's why there's Cash App. It's fast, safe, and honestly way more personalized than other apps out there. Cash App is sponsoring the Locks episode all season long. We are supposed to get a trophy that will go to the season-long winner. Obviously, Bud off to a fast start there. Okay.
Spot for that around here.
Yeah, you got space. Absolutely. Hey, Bud, it worked out really well for Virginia Tech and Texas A&M. You should definitely just go ahead and set that spot and put the little plaque up there. This is where it's going to go. All right. Let's begin as we always do with the weeknight. No Thursday night college football. There's some other JV league is going to be going on, getting a lot of attention. Then on Friday night, we've got maybe about a handful of games. Anybody got a Friday night lock? Yeah, I know it's a Learn Something Friday. I'll tell you, Louisville, James Madison's the one I'm tuned into because I don't think I learned a lot about the Cardinals. JMU is a good enough team to at least make Louisville do something, but I don't have a good feel enough to bet that. Was it 17.5? Somewhere around there?
Louisville's currently 13.5.
13. No.
Good restraint.
Yeah. No way. Anybody else got anything Friday night?
No, I thought maybe you could run the ball some on Maryland. Didn't FAU throw 6 interceptions in that game? That's a lot. If I read that box score correctly, I didn't get eyes on the game though, other than a couple of Malik Washington highlights. So I'm going to pass. I thought about a little first half under stuff there, but it's been ticking up. So I'll just wait that out. Maybe closer to game time. If a 24 at reasonable odds shows, maybe take a little pizza money on it.
Yes, they did throw 6 interceptions.
That's a lot.
That is, I would argue.
How many different quarterbacks?
You might not throw 6 passes. Okay,
right.
So there's a difference here.
Yeah. All right, then let's go ahead and rock on into some of the big games on Saturday. We begin with the Cy Hawk Trophy, El Asico for those of a certain breed and generation. Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State 3.5, depending on your number, over under around 41.5. Who's got a lock? All right, let's get it started.
Well, first of all, I'm scared to speak about anything to do with Iowa State because, man, those guys are really upset with us this week. My God, would you guys calm the hell down? I'm going to go over. I just think the total is too low. I think that Iowa's defense in recent years has not been up to the same level that we have seen or we would normally expect. I also think Iowa State's defense has proven to be somewhat soft so far to start the year through 2 games, giving up a lot of explosive plays. They have one of the lowest pressure rates in the country as far as getting after the quarterback. I know Mark Gronowski was horrible last week, but I also don't think Iowa was trying to put anything on tape ahead of this game. It was a very, very basic game, which is not an excuse for how he played because he played like crap. But I do expect a better performance here. I also expect Iowa to show some things they haven't yet, which could cause some problems for the Iowa State defense. And 41.5 points isn't that much to ask for. So give me the over 41.5.
I've got the cousin of your lock. Iowa team total over 19.5. 20 points. I mean, we did a drive to 325 just asking him to score 25. We just got to get 20 points. As we saw last year, they don't even need capable quarterback play to necessarily be able to see an increase in yards and production and scoring. Let's go Iowa team total over 19.5. So the same kind of game should have both of us being able to get this thing home.
What do you want, Bud?
Hit it.
Oh,
Hit it. Hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I need to bring back whatever my camera settings I had on that video. Is great. I'm actually going to pass this. I think Tom's probably right. That maybe the Iowa State receivers will play a little bit better. I was thinking under. it's just been bet down so much. It opened 44.5. Now we're looking at like 41.5, decent juice under, or 41 flat. I'm going to pass. I lean under because of the reliance on tight ends from this Iowa State offense, and those generally are not going to create explosives. But Iowa does like to play a lot of split field coverages, and sometimes you can hit tight ends on those. I lean under. I'm going to pass.
I got a lock. I've been the Mark Gronowski fanboy this whole offseason. I hope you guys are right. I hope there's more points. I don't trust that. I'm going to take Iowa in the 3.5. They're 7-2 in the last 9. Now they've lost the last 2 in Ames. One was by 1 point. The other was by a field goal. I think this game comes down to the wire. So I'll take Iowa plus 3.5.
Man, and the Iowa State hate continues. Golly.
Hey, they can win by 1. Yeah. By the way, we did a 10-minute preview of this game when they said we didn't yesterday. We did it on Tuesday.
I know. It'll take a couple weeks for everyone to get used to the rhythm. We hit a lot of the biggest Big Ten games on Tuesday's show, a lot of other big games on Wednesday's show. Big Game Breakdowns, 2 episodes. You should be thanking us. Double the breakdown. Come on now.
I will say, it's rivalry week. They're a little on edge, so I give them some benefit of the doubt there, but just a little much this week, boys.
All right. Also, noon Eastern time. Couple good nooners right here. Illinois going to play Duke, Wallace Wade Stadium. Duke narrow dog here. Anybody going to lock something up?
Yeah. We're going to take first half under 24.5 at our friends at FanDuel. I'm a little nervous about Illinois playing that much man coverage against Duke. Duke likes to run a lot of crossers and stuff like that. And that can be kind of hard if you're playing a lot of man, you got to chase guys a lot. But I do think that Illinois can get movement against Duke's front and keep the clock moving. This is a real battle of tempos. Duke wants to go insane mode tempo, and that Illinois wants to probably do, I would think, the exact opposite. They've shown some tempo occasionally with Altmaier. And if you wanted to tell me, Bud, you're an idiot, they're going to go tempo because it prevents Duke from getting in as many exotics, I guess. But I don't really give a damn if Duke's in exotics if I'm in 3rd and 3 because I'm running the football well, right? And I can't imagine Illinois is like, yeah, we want to give Duke 13, 14 possessions in this ballgame. So also, Altmaier has been pretty bad against the blitz in his career. So I think heavy run game, you know what? You're not bad against the blitz if you're handing it off. So first half under 24.5 for me in 335 Illinois Duke.
Yep. I mean, run the daggum football. Take the life. I mean, I know that somebody in
hold on, Chip.
Yeah.
First half unders are boring. I was told last week. Boring. So we got let's match the energy. A little slower, a little softer. Nice boring.
I think that they are bigger sweats than anyone realizes.
I was told they're the worst possible gambling entertainment content, and this is supposed to be an entertainment program.
No, this is only supposed to be entertaining for us.
This is a money-making
we just invite you guys to come. We would do this even if nobody was here. We're just inviting you guys to come and hang out with us, okay? No, I love the sweat, especially with the urgency that kicks in at the end of the first half, the natural urgency for both teams. Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah, 24.5. I was dialed in on that number. I like that from our friends at FanDuel. And I think that you might not believe that there's going to be any kind of atmosphere, and I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you that it's out like going to be buzzing, but Illinois coming in, ranked opponents have lost at Duke in the last couple of years. I could see them trying to set the tone, and they're going to set the tone at the line of scrimmage, and that would be a way to limit things. Darian Mensah also slow start. That was 10-10 against Elon. So I will go first half under as well.
We want some excitement, though. We want some excitement. Maybe we can all win. Give me the over for the whole game.
Oh, a treasure map.
Oh.
Yes. Let's go. I think these quarter. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. This actually is an exciting opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Then you can really have a ton of fun. You're rooting for totally different things, first half, second half. I think both these quarterbacks are too good to just not see a lot of production. And I do worry that Illinois could slow the game down, but I think Darian Mensah, who did start slow, but he finished strong, he might be running for his life, but I do think he has some weapons. I do think he can get some big plays. Maybe this is one of those where you get this late backdoor. They have to start throwing it around a little bit. I'm going to go over 49.5.
You know, it'd be a cool thing for books to add, since they've taken away so many fun things that we could bet in this year. Unfortunately, I'm still a little salty of these derivative totals for the year. You know how you can bet like first half full game? Like I had a lot of Georgia Tech first half full game, like money line result both sides. Wouldn't it be cool if you could do if you could parlay that at the book, like first half, under for the first half, full for the game, and get like some, sometimes these like anti-correlated stuff actually are not quite as anti-correlated as you think. It'd be cool if
Large Sock doesn't offer that yet. They do only correlated.
That's correct.
They have like first quarter under, half under, whole game under.
Man, I cannot wait for the boys to get home from school because they're dredging the creek by our house. All right, cool. Yeah, do not disturb.
A lot of machinery.
This is it's a water excavator. That
they're gonna love that.
These dudes are gonna go absolutely ape over this. Look at this. I mean, wow. Water excavator. Sorry, my neighbors texted me, and so I hope they're working all day. This is gonna be fun. Oh, that's it's like on a barge. This is really cool.
Patrick, by the way, has gotten a first half under and a full game over parlayed for plus 675.
Nice.
Yeah, but the under's 23.5. It's not 24.5. So,
yeah.
I think first half unders caught strays last week for being boring, and I think the reason everybody thought it was boring is because we didn't have last week
an upset.
A lock fight.
Oh, who are you fighting? Us or Danny?
Play the damn music, Chip.
Oh my God.
This is a bar fight, right?
Fight.
2-on-1 is bar fight.
Fight.
Do we have a bar fight last year?
No, it is not a bar fight. I'm taking the full game under. The Illini game last week hit under. I took it. I went the way I expected it, but it's one thing to also remember Illinois scored a touchdown on a punt return. First time in 12 years they've done that. They also had a long 60-yard run by Aiden Lawfrey in the second half. Like they were hitting a lot of explosives against Western Illinois late in that game that I don't expect them to be able to hit against this Duke defense. So I think Illinois is going to have more of a conservative approach on offense here going on the road, even though they are a veteran team, because the secondary is good and they haven't had anybody truly emerge at receiver. As far as your concerns about the defense playing man, I do think we'll see them play more zone because they did do that in certain matchups last year. And I think this is a spot where they'll feel like they can do so. And I also think the defensive line,
this is what I'm going to ask you. Yeah.
Yeah. The defensive line was feasting against Western Illinois, and I don't expect it to look the same way, but I do think what they have up front is legitimate based on just what I have heard and what I was able to see with my own eyes. Duke was giving up pressure to freaking Elon, man. So I have a feeling Illinois is going to be able to get pressure on Mensah. So I don't think this is going to be a very high-scoring game.
Y'all tackled well last week, too, I will say. Like, that secondary, and I would assume if you're playing more SAG stuff, like, you guys don't press that much. They used to press more, I felt like.
Yeah, they've changed it up a little bit. Like, Aaron Henry's kind of adapting. He's adapting more to the personnel. They're still being aggressive. They're just going about it in different ways.
Aaron Henry's a good coach, dude. Like, I know he got dragged for that Kansas game the first year, but like I think that dude can coach.
Yeah, that was like his third game ever as a defensive play caller.
Yeah,
he's a bad day.
Yeah.
We are an Aaron Henry podcast. Do not let that be mistaken.
Yeah.
I want that read into the record. And a Luke Altmaier podcast. So that's what we got right there. All right. Also, noon Eastern time on the CW. Baylor at SMU. Ooh, boys. Let somebody write the SEO post. What channel is the CW? Where is True TV? I mean, Baylor gotta have it moment. SMU wants obviously to be able to start to build. It's got the Baylor game, the TCU game, couple big non-conference games for its outlook. Who's got a lock?
What are we trading at here? What numbers is this?
So I'm going to need to bring this to the committee. Okay. There is I can get a minus 140-ish.
Whoa.
140.
Whoa.
No.
On a first
Like somebody
quarter,
went 1-7 last week.
on
No.
a first quarter
No.
over.
No.
Hold on. Let's,
I mean, if I'm outvoted, I'm outvoted, but I think 140 is
140 is for
Too much?
records. Like if it was just amongst us boys and you were taking like a plus, 130 something later on to offset it. So you want a first quarter over?
Yeah.
It's on. Hold on. I can find you something here. Jeez.
Because
You look at 13 and a half?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. See if I can get the 13 and a half. This thing's
That's actually like the best price in market. What?
If you want to do 14, I can find you a 14.
all right, let's just do round 14. Yeah.
Yeah. You actually get a little plus juice on that. Penny's dealing 17 to the under. So what's the comeback on that? Yeah, that's probably more in range.
Okay, we'll do round 14, first quarter over. Yeah. Okay, so I'll need a third score now. But I just think both these teams are going to get off to really fast starts.
You know what?
What?
I got a proposal.
Okay.
Lock spot first. We can give Chip the minus 140 line, but if he loses, it counts as 2.
Nope, I would rather have the 14. Much rather have the 14.
Sure.
100%. Because I think we can get to 7. I mean, this thing could be 14-7, at the end of, if they both march down the field, I think that we could have 3 scores in the first quarter. So I've got, again, hey, second shout out of the week for our friend Parker Fleming. It's his, now let's see, the unscripted drives has been like a really, really good reminder all throughout the college football season. I think both these teams are going to get off to really, really hot starts. The first half under, I think, isn't a great line. I like the full game. I mean, first half over isn't a great line. Then the full game over, I think, is another good play here. But I think that there's an opportunity to just jump on these first 15 minutes.
Matchup here. Baylor likes to play a lot of split safety stuff, and RJ is still not back for SMU, right?
No, he is supposed to be back.
Is he back? Okay.
Hold on. Give me the over on the game. What are you afraid of? Why are we overthinking this? I think they start fast. I think they finish fast. I think this is sort of a Big 12 shootout type of feel to it. 2 really good quarterbacks going toe-to-toe. Kevin Jennings, I don't think he's going to be as willing a runner as Jackson Arnold was against that Baylor defense. I don't know if he has to be. I think Sawyer Robertson is one of the better quarterbacks in the country. I think this one's back and forth. I think it's a little bit of a track meet. I'll go over.
I was listening to Mac and Cube, Cole's radio show, and I think they do a pretty good job. Like I know both those guys have Exos. They do watch the stuff. They were like, where would Sawyer Robertson rank on the quarterbacks that Auburn is going to face this year? It was actually like a pretty like after watching Simpson at Bama, Auburn plays Oklahoma. They play Georgia. They don't play Tennessee. They don't play LSU.
I mean, top 3 at work.
I don't have all these SEC schedules memorized.
I guess the argument that they're making is Sawyer Robertson might be one of the best quarterbacks Auburn's defense is going to face.
We've long been a Sawyer Robertson podcast.
100%. Fast start, high score.
You know this game opened 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do they know that we don't?
Hey, sharps are wrong 40% of the time.
That's right.
Don't ever forget it.
That's a weird opener.
Anything else? Oh, you mean just the number? Like why?
I mean, 5 to 2.5 is a pretty big move.
Yeah. Anything else here?
No, I got nothing for this.
No.
3:30 p.m. Eastern time. We go to Como, Kansas at Missouri. Border war is back. Who's got a lock?
Are they not teaching the Civil War in school anymore? Bo Pribula had no idea what the rivalry between these two states was, like why it's called the border war.
It is very possible they are not teaching the Civil War.
Very possible.
It's very possible they are not teaching the Civil War.
This is the game that I spent the most time on this week and don't have a play.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I think Missouri may have hit on the transfer receivers they took. I actually like those guys quite a bit. I don't really trust Bo as a passer yet. I'm not sure that I think Missouri's offensive line is quite as good as it once was. I don't think I like Kansas' defensive personnel much at all. Kansas also, they kind of gave up a lot of pressure against Fresno.
Yeah. Can Kansas block Missouri?
Yeah, I don't know they can. But like, do you trust
yeah.
Beulah to get margin?
Yeah, I really want to watch this game just because I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Some of these comments in the chat are, you know what?
The Civil War was about first half unders.
No, it was states' rights, not first half unders.
Yeah, the state's rights to what, Chip? First half unders.
First half unders. I tell you what, I'm not going to lock it up. I lean Missouri here, but I'm more interested to learn something Saturday.
Tom, what were the unders in week 1? 83 and 61.
It was like 83. I can't remember the exact, but yeah, it was something to that effect.
There's an adjustment that takes place between week 1 and week 2.
Ooh.
We've had Kansas already see 2 games. Jalen Daniels looks like the star he was a couple years ago. As long as I don't see him with one of those back massagers on before the game, I'm feeling good about it. Give me the over 50.5.
I can rock with that.
Yeah, I hope it goes over. I think this has a chance to be one of the most entertaining games of the weekend by far.
I wanted to bet it under, and then I watched the Missouri receivers and was like, I don't know if they're actually worse than they were last year.
Then also at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hits big time on CBS. It is Oklahoma State at Oregon on America's Most Watched Network, the network of stars. You can stream it on Paramount Plus. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell on the call from Eugene as Mike Gundy's budget roster goes into to face the high dollar top shelf Ducks. So we got 28.5 on the spread. Anybody want to tackle any angle to Oregon and Oklahoma State?
Oregon minus 28.5.
Lock it up.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Didn't their top pass rusher get popped for shoplifting this week? I thought Lanning might throw in a joke there, like, hey, maybe need a little more NIL money there, man. But I guess he's going to travel. I haven't seen anything about him not playing, so that's nothing for me here.
I just think the Ducks see that OSU and they get angry. They're going to imagine it's Oregon State and they're going to take them down. I also think taking shots at their operation in public is probably not the wisest move for Gundy. And I also think that Oklahoma State, without its starting quarterback, the line might not have adjusted enough to this. So I like Oregon minus 28.5. I don't love the actual number. I would be so much happier if it was 27.5. But I think the Ducks can beat this team up.
When we have the opening graphic, we've got those pizza boxes and Danny, what's that called? What's that called? What's
2-for-1 special?
Yeah, that's right. We got a little 2-for-1 special right here. Okay, I'm doubling up. All right, this is someone who's very clearly responding well to last week's results. Give me Oregon first half minus 16.5 and Oregon minus 28.5. Woo! Bloodbath.
I mean, Zane Flores came in for House Haney last week. Zane Flores is a freshman quarterback going on the road to Autzen Stadium to face that defense. Like, what's the over-under on Oregon's defensive touchdown here? Like, you think they're going to get one?
How much is Oregon State going to throw?
Like, you think they're just going to try to run
excuse me, Oklahoma State. I've got Oregon and orange on the brain.
Orange and black, playing in Eugene. You're fair. That's all good there.
By the way, just quickly, shout out to B Stone out there. I said I was driving with a quad box. He's out there driving with the Cover 3 Locks pod up in his dash while he's driving around. Attaboy. You can't miss this.
Please keep your eyes on the road.
We are available on demand. Your eyes need to be on the road.
Shout out to Chris Johnson, who drives a semi for a living and does pull over to watch Locks live.
Let's go.
Why was the delivery late? Traffic. Real bad traffic.
All right. Anything else from Oklahoma State at Oregon?
I am excited to see if Oregon will throw in the second half, because we do know they like not Lonergan. Who's the quarterback that we know the OC likes there, the backup?
Novosad.
Novosad.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I do know that staff likes him some. So
let him eat.
He could have transferred I think the fact that he didn't transfer, maybe they let him chuck it around a little bit in the second half.
Yep. Which would be great. That
Mm-hmm.
would all work. All right. And then one last one. It is 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, Norman, Oklahoma, Michigan, and Oklahoma. We've discussed this game ad nauseum. Now we just got to get to the locks. Put your money where your mouth is. What are we going to be locking up?
Under.
Full game?
Yeah.
Defensive touchdown.
Defensive touchdown plus 400 or whatever the prop is at.
I probably will take some of that. Actually, I know we're probably not doing props on the show, but yeah.
Oh, Moneyline Mateer's back in the tailgate. Moneyline Mateer, let us know what your what the best bet is here. We always appreciate the inside information. Full game under. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I just don't think Oklahoma's offense will have as much success this week against Michigan as they did last week against Illinois State. And it's really hard for me to think that a freshman quarterback is going to go on the road to face a Venables defense and have a great day. Like, Michigan is going to lean on its ground game. I just think this is going to be a lower possession, lower scoring game.
I definitely think Michigan tries to run the ball more here. We're going to go first half under.
Where'd you see it? I let the children sing.
Under 23.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that Michigan, despite the fact that they may just have that dude at quarterback, like, he looked good, man. But this is Brent Venables. I think he'll have some drive killers cooked up. I imagine they're going to tell Mateer, hey, like, we can get to a number where we feel okay winning this ball game. We don't need you to win this thing in the first half for us. And with Barham suspended, maybe a little bit less pass rush for Michigan. Maybe they're able to make Oklahoma drive a little more.
Does anybody know what the record is when Brent Venables is calling a defense against a freshman quarterback?
Does he have the signs or not?
All right, so he faced what?
Got him.
He faced James Blackman one time when he was Clemson and Florida State.
There's 26 games in this sample set.
I know it.
Back into it.
Do you want me to spoil it?
Yeah, I mean, sure. That means
21-5.
21-5. Now, granted, some of those were like with Clemson, peak Clemson, right? So signal noise, take that into consideration. But yeah, just another aspect that would lead to everyone's feeling on an under either in the first half or of the full game variety.
I do hope that if Brent steals Michigan signs for this game, that Michigan files a formal protest afterward.
Does Brent Venables have a brother in the FBI or whatever that tinfoil hat angle was?
I don't think 23.5 is a fair number to give out here, by the way. I like 23. There's some minus 110s on that. 23.5 is juiced to high.
Oh, yeah, they're very high.
Record keeping like that. I don't know. I would feel kind of scummy with that, but
yeah. So let's go with 20. Let's see if I can find a
23
here.
There's 23s at win and a few other spots.
Yep, I'll change it to 23.
Fair 23s. Okay. I mean, you get some boosts out there. Come on, you got some big game boosts. You can just take some of the haircut the juice off.
I got Spank odds pulled up. I got $1 million for like 23 out. Like that's
there's a lot of minus 138s and stuff.
Yes.
All right, that's fair. With this
we should do is minus 138 is fine, but Chip's minus 140 too far.
That crosses the line.
All right.
Also, like, no, I think we're good. Sorry.
Okay. Coming up on the other side, we open up the Saturday board with all of the rest of our best bets for week 2 and more. Next.
Name's Conrad Harrigan, family man. And if you cross my family, well, you'd better pray.
Mobland, new series streaming March 30th on Paramount Plus.
Back here on the Cover 3 podcast, let's review what we got on the board so far. Bud is taking Illinois Duke first half under 24.5. Michigan Oklahoma first half under 23. I've got Illinois Duke first half under 24.5. Michigan Oklahoma first half under 23. Iowa team total over 19.5. Baylor-SMU first quarter over 14. Oregon first half -16.5. Oregon full game -28.5. Danny's got Iowa +3.5. Michigan, Oklahoma first half under 23. Illinois, Duke over 49.5. Baylor-SMU over 63.5. Kansas, Missouri over 50.5. And Tom's on Iowa, Iowa State over 41.5. Michigan, Oklahoma under 45.5. Illinois, Duke under 50. And Oregon -28.5. All right, Bud, you have the honors on the tee box. You won last week, and you also need to fill this thing out. So where do you want to go?
Chip, what's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
Do you
After that?
Okay.
All right. Oh man, we need some drill. All right, this is a book. I did not read this last night. All right. Thought I had a great pick last week until I learned the Georgia State player went over to the Ole Miss sideline before the game and ripped the chain off an Ole Miss player and threw it into the stands. That led to 3 unnecessary touchdowns at the end of the game to run up the score. Big thanks to the chain ripper for costing me what should have been an easy under. I have no idea if that's true, so I guess he didn't put player names. All right. On to this week. Ole Miss has won 3 of the last 4 games versus Kentucky by a combined 5 points. Kentucky had a 3-point victory last year, which we do recall. So differential is 2 points in the last 4 meetings. The average point total in the last 2 meetings is 39. So my gut tells me this will be a close, lower scoring game. The only reason I can't pick UK plus 10.5 here is that the Kiffin has this game circled. That UK loss last year basically kept Ole Miss from making the playoff and was certainly one of the most disappointing games of the season. God, I wish you would use paragraphs. I believe Kiffin would like some redemption here and usually does have success in those games he has circled, except for Saban. I'm trying to find an angle on that, and I think the best place to do that is first quarter or first half with the thought that Kiffin would like to jump on UK early. I think that it's safer than giving up the 10.5 on the full game. So the Crest, Procter & Gamble, Dennis pick of the week is Ole Miss -6.5 for the first half. Tooth emoji, lock emoji, wave emoji, chain ripper, Georgia State, red flag. Not at McKenzie.
That's a good line. I like that pick. I'm not going to just jump on this now. I sent in to Mikey the potential of doing Ole Miss -10. I like the Lane Kiffin circles this game. I mean, and you know what else I'm not going to do? I'm not taking Kentucky. I'm not. Are you taking Kentucky, Bud?
I am not.
Okay. All right.
No.
Good. Gravy.
I took a little Ole Miss earlier in the week, but those are long gone.
At 9.5?
9.
At 9?
Yeah.
Anybody else gonna jump on that one?
Nope.
Not on the side of the dentist, but I thought Ole Miss gave up a little bit of pressure last week, which was surprising against the Georgia State front. That although I'm kind of higher on Georgia State this year, I have their win total over. I did not expect them to get that kind of pressure. And one thing Kentucky does pretty well against Ole Miss is deny the big play, typically. Now, Kentucky does not have the studs up front this year that they did last year, but they do got a couple guys who can penetrate. I don't trust this Kentucky offense at all. Like Calzada to me that was not great. But I am going to go first half under 26. If I'm Kentucky, I do not want to get into a shootout. I want to play this game slow. I want to deny the big play. I want to see if Ole Miss can score in the red zone. Under 26 first half for me.
God, I like that.
I know. You want to add it to the card, late edition?
Sure. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Kanell and Bud.
No,
Kanell and Bud.
boys.
I would have been tempted to take Ole Miss to lay them. The only way Mark Stoops in Kentucky can keep this close is if they slow the crap out of the game. And if they do that, I think they're only able to do it for a half before it gets away. So I like that play.
Do you think they teach the Civil War in Mississippi schools?
Yes, actually.
Maybe a little different than what y'all teach in Chicago, though.
Yeah. Because you got to teach them before you do the reenactment, Tom. You're always training for the reenactment. We size you up to see what that gray suit's which size you need. All right, let's
like most of the fraternity parties, like Civil War themed.
Oh, the KA Old South.
KA, yeah. Do they still build the fort?
I mean, I just thought it was weird
At
that
Florida State, they built like a fort or at least my freshman year. I don't know if they're still doing that.
I mean, different time. It's just different time. All right, let's say, Danny, what do you want to do?
I will go. Look at my board. I'm going to get one before. Hopefully, it's still at this number because it's a key number. Stanford. Frank Reich has talked a little bit about what he's going to do at quarterback with Ben Goldbrinson. I think he's sticking with him. So give me BYU. Lay him 20.5. Is it still under 21?
Yeah.
I think BYU, Hank Bachmeier, Bear Bachmeier, whatever Bachmeier's out there is going to be just lighting up this Stanford defense. I hate to pick on him.
Did you see the Portland State coach talking about Bear Bachmeier?
Yes.
He was like, boy, look at his calves. The calves on that quarterback.
You know how I think it was Urban Meyer. People have talked about, the find the fish, find the duck, like whatever term you look for the guy that you want to pick on. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Stanford this year. So I'm going to get on it early before the word gets out. And it's already a big number, but I don't think it matters. Lay them with BYU.
Yeah, in the North Carolina circles now, we call that the Marcus Allen, the guy who gave up 9 catches on 9 targets, had 4 missed tackles for 173 yards. Number 29 for those of you in your program from Monday night.
Not the best Marcus Allen to ever play football.
No, not at all. Just jump on them and fade them to oblivion. Can't argue with that. Tom, what you want?
You know who didn't cover last week? Who didn't smoke it through the filter? And who's kind of angry about it just based on what I saw in the press conferences this week? That would be Kurt Signetti. And I just feel like, hold on, let me see if this line's moved. Is there 35 left?
On what number?
Indiana on 338. Can you find one?
Yeah, there's a 35. Right. A couple of them, actually.
Give me Indiana minus 35. I think Kennesaw State has to suffer the punishment for the fact that Indiana wasn't able to cover against Old Dominion last week. We gotta send that crowd home happy. Keep them excited.
The inability to finish drives was problematic for Indiana. You got to clean that up.
So you think Wake is awful?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yes. Because Claiborne got hurt in the game, and that's the best part of their offense right now. But even still, I don't think that there's a lot of positivity about where Wake is at right now. That's they Bud, they could be better by the end of the year, right? They really could. They can keep working on it.
I think Clausen was a wizard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the first things I did when I woke up on Sunday was to look for the line for Wake Forest's next game so I could bet the other team, but they're playing an FCS team, so there wasn't a line posted yet.
Yeah. Gonna be a tough road out there. Anyone gonna take a bite of Mississippi State, Arizona State?
Are you?
Yep.
I'll go and take it.
You on under?
No, I'll take Mississippi State.
Don't hate it.
Let's see what I can get you here. 6.5.
Yeah.
Is there 7 anywhere?
What is that?
No.
It's no.
I see 6s, but not 7s. So
yeah,
6.5s. Yeah.
Yep. I think Mississippi State's I think they've got athletes. Not that Arizona State doesn't, but I don't think it's a spot where Arizona State is going to be able to show up and just be able to clearly be the better team. 6.5 on the road. You're telling me Arizona State's 10 points better, and you run the simulation against all the other opponents that Arizona State's going to play and Mississippi State's going to play, and you try to adjust for opponent difficulty. I get it. I mean, on this Saturday in Starkville with the ranked opponent in town and a season where you're not going to have a lot of games, this is kind of a Super Bowl type approach for Klanga. So I'll take Mississippi State plus the points.
You don't think Arizona State is going to have that huge edge since they practiced with 3 cowbells ringing at practice?
3.
I don't know how many it was, but it wasn't enough.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Who wants to jump in? All right, fine. I'll keep rolling. Arkansas team total over 43. That's Arkansas against Arkansas State. For those who didn't have that one dialed in, I thought Taylon Green is very much hitting the ground running while he's still healthy. We're going to just keep maxing out on this. And Arkansas State, hello, we're not expecting a lot of stops from the Red Wolves. So Arkansas team total over 43.
Yeah, Arkansas State was not the best defensive effort in their opening week against the FCS team. I did not watch that, so I'm not going to pretend I did, but the scoreboard was not they gave up a little bit.
Been grinding the tape on that game. Lots of missed assignments, just undisciplined. Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Yeah. All right, I got a couple left.
I've got, let's see.
I got a couple too.
I've got 3
You
left.
guys are
But you should go
falling
because
behind me and
your
Chip.
card is empty.
I'm gonna need some music.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah. Hey, thanks to the quarterback play card that we got now.
We gotta get you a wristband, dude.
I know. All right.
It's time for sicko mode. Let's go. I'm a little bit lower on some of the teams in the bottom of the Sun Belt. If things go wrong, they could be like UMass, UConn. That's kind of like sicko mode of a sicko mode.
So we're gonna go to Lubbock. And
Whoa.
yeah.
Willingly?
Yeah. We're gonna go to Lubbock. And look, I know Kent State looked awful and failed to cover against Merrimack. But there's a pretty big conference game coming up in 2 weeks for the Red Raiders because Utah is going to be welcoming them on September 20th. They get Oregon State next week. But I just don't know what the incentive is for Texas Tech to keep hammered down here. They got a lot of guys who are kind of dinged. You know, maybe you go out and get the good start. Give me Kent State plus 48.5 in this one. I just don't. That's a big, big number, guys. And I just think it's a little bit too high. I made it 44.
Wow.
Kent State, that's twice they've been the sicko.
There's kind of got to be a number at which you would play both sides in every game. If you're making numbers on games, you're kind of agnostic to teams. And like, do I like this? I mean, I like the bet. Do I actually like watching this game? Not at all. But I'll be scoreboard watching.
I mean, if Kent State's a 48.5 point dog against Tech, then Merrimack's got to be what, 45?
Yeah.
Everyone who's taking this in live on the road, I hope everybody's still okay after that one. I saw somebody said they threw up on their windshield, so now we're going to have to take that thing to the car detail. Whoa. Whew. That is 136. That is the number 136 team in FBS.
And they're probably like number 200 in football.
And
there's a good number of FCS teams that would be over.
And you know what? To echo a common refrain from our good friend Robbie Calland, you're starting with a 48.5 point lead, bud. If Texas Tech comes back, that's an all-time comeback. Got a 48.5 point lead for 60 minutes of football. Come on, Kent State. You can defend it. Let's go.
Just hold for like a 1.5 a minute. Or not even. Like, what, a point and a quarter?
All right, bud. How many more do you have left?
I have a couple more.
All right.
A team that I really liked a lot of the fundamentals I saw out of them for the week, and they got the cover. They did not get the win in the game. And this is 9 days ago now? Or no, about 7 days ago now. It'll be 9 days on Saturday. So a little bit of extra rest. Offensive coach looking to exercise a demon here. Got an in-state team coming to town. Give me Cincinnati minus 21 to lay it on Bowling Green. I think they'll hit some explosives. I think they can run the football. I think Cincinnati's defense is pretty damn good. Yeah. And I think they'll win by margin.
Brendan Sorsby just scooting. Maybe one of the better running backs in the Big 12.
Jesus. Come on.
I bet you he throws at least 2 touchdown passes this week.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going to air it out against those boys.
All right, Tom, you got it.
Yeah, I will go with an over here. We saw it last week when Rutgers got into a shootout with a MAC team. This week, Rutgers is welcoming another MAC team to Piscataway. Give me the over 45.5 in Rutgers, Miami of Ohio. I know Miami got shut out last week against Wisconsin, but Wisconsin's defense, a lot better than Rutgers. Rutgers' defense looked awful in that game. They were giving up explosive after explosive. And I also think Rutgers' offense doesn't get nearly the amount of respect it probably deserves. I think they will be able to move the ball against this Miami defense, who only gave up 17 points to Wisconsin. But it's important to remember there was a red zone turnover by the backup quarterback in that game because he was in the game because their starting quarterback, Billy Edwards, got hurt. So I think Rutgers will be able to put up some points here. This strikes me as like a 31-17 kind of game. So give me the over 45.5.
Also, Rutgers lost defensive lineman Doug Blue Eli for the year, and he was supposed to be one of their better players.
Oh, no, that hurts me.
But we are sorry, Doug.
We do hope he heals up, yeah.
But just not in time for Saturday.
Have a strong 2026.
Rhymes with clovers. You know, we've our friend Jordan Giorgio will be on the call out in Allegiant Stadium. I hope she has planned her flight home aware that this might be a high scoring game. We are going UCLA, UNLV over 54.5.
Lock agreement.
Oh man, an emphatic one at that.
Yeah. You go first.
Yeah. All right. So, first of all, what a great refreshing spot for Nico Iamaleava to not be running for his life. But I told Danny this. Yeah, you know, I mean, I told Tom this. Danny was out here dropping pressure rate on CBS Sports Network yesterday. And what was it, Danny? 59%, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
On his dropbacks. Come on.
I think that UCLA is going to have a lot easier time just operating the offense when a half a second after the snap, your quarterback's not running for his life. So UCLA gets to get into a little bit more of a flow. We know Tino Sunseri's offenses like to put up points. UNLV's defense seems very accommodating. And at the same time, we are still starting to see Dan Mullen put the pieces together. We had the heartbreak last week with the Sam Houston game, but I still felt like there was enough moving in the direction to not throw me off the principle. So yeah, we are UCLA, UNLV over 54.5. You can watch it on CBS Sports Network. Fired up to see Jordan on part of the team there.
That's not a bad assignment.
No.
Oh, darn. I got to go to the Indoor Stadium in Vegas.
Oh no. Like, of all the Mountain West locations, I mean, like, just let's line up all these different ones. Yeah, no, I think Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada is a good one there. I'm close to closing this thing out.
I've got two left.
Okay.
We'll start with one. Give me Fresno State plus 3.5 against Oregon State.
And yes.
I don't think that line is correct based on, I mean, I know Fresno got absolutely dog walked by Kansas in its opener, but I think Fresno is better than that line suggests. And I thought that they did a decent job of showing that last week. And I'm just not sold on the Oregon State Beavers right now.
So how did Fresno respond and how did Oregon State look against Cal? That was on my notepad right here. Fresno State did respond. There was that big overreaction. They ended up winning the Georgia Southern game. Nice bounce back. And Cal just, I mean, we spent a lot of time, praising the way that Cal has sort of ducked the expectations, how good JKS looked. But at the same time, there was an Oregon State side of that beatdown as well. So I'm right there with you.
Two defensive-minded coaches here.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Entz. Yep.
Two defenses that I think are better than the offenses. Two establish it type teams. Malik Murphy got a little dinged at the end of that game, by the way. I did stay up and watch that because I had under for the full game. I don't think I had it on the show, but first half under 23.
Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait for this recap.
Yeah.
And
My last one.
yep.
This line's a little disrespectful to me. I think this game could be fun. I don't know how many people are going to actually be watching it, but I do think there's some kind of silly shootout potential in the air when we head to Ohio, where I am taking Western Kentucky plus 7.5 against Toledo. I think the Toppers are kind of frisky and fun. I think the Rockets are also kind of frisky and fun, but maybe not frisky and fun enough on defense to keep the Toppers from keeping this one close.
Lock agreement.
There we go. See?
Yeah. Now, look, I'm not going psycho on this. There was some real big money behind Toledo midweek. So, like, maybe somebody knows something, but 7.5, I'm going to take that. I do like those receivers. They probably should have won by a lot more against Sam Houston if they didn't have those drops, didn't have, like, the one broken play touchdown.
Syndicates are wrong 40% of the time.
Love fighting the syndicates. Let's go. Danny, you good?
I got 2 more.
All right.
South Florida Bulls are going to Gainesville. It's a 17.5-point dog. Could they shock the world? I don't know. I don't even know if they keep it close. But what I do know is both of these offenses have some pretty good weapons on the outside. Against Boise, USF had 2 receivers just under 100 yards. We know DJ Lagway is a big play hunter. He likes to hit those big plays, and USF, they like to give them up. I'm going to go over in this one. I also think you'll see Alex Golesh, if the score does get a little bit out of hand, they got to try it for resume purposes. They got to try to score late. That could lead to a pick 6, which could put this one over. But I think this will be a little bit higher scoring. So I'm going to go over 55.5.
Florida in the first half minus 10 for me. I had USF last week, money line. I don't think that they are that much better than Boise. I think they played well. They played hard. Boise played probably a little bit below level. They also were pretty fortunate in terms of how the game played out. I think that's a big step up in quality of opponent. I think Florida will dominate both lines of scrimmage. Florida has LSU on deck here. So it would not be surprised if they put this in Park, but I do think that Florida can come out and handle them.
Yeah, Brett in the tailgate mentioning the net success rate. We talked about that a little bit on upon further review. It was there were some things to be seen through a lopsided score. You know, if you were just looking at the scoreboard, I think that USF still was a little bit vulnerable. Very curious to see what goes in there. All right, so we tapped out.
One more.
All right.
No.
Did you guys see Army last week lost to Tarleton State?
I did, yes.
Some of the celebration afterward, I'm sure Army didn't love that. Coach Monken, I'm sure he didn't appreciate it. Did you also see Kansas State in an absolute dogfight last week? The cobwebs from Dublin are gone now. Kansas State, after winning that game, did drop out of the top 25. Army lost their quarterback. I think that could be an issue. I'm going to say Kansas State buttons things up, gets back to where we thought they were going to be. If not, I got my big concerns for Kansas State. If this game is, maybe they don't cover, but if it's close, I'm getting real worried about Kansas State. But I still think Avery Johnson had a pretty good game, 3 touchdown passes. I think they'll be able to score against Army. So I'll go ahead and lay the 17.5.
Get you 17.
Perfect.
What did I hit? Oh, we didn't have to talk about this yesterday. I feel like
because they dropped out.
They dropped out. Yeah. If Kansas State doesn't hit its team total, like if Kansas State can't score, then whoa, big time panic for the boys from Manhattan. All right, I'm tapped out. Bud, you good?
No, I want music one more time.
Again?
Again.
What?
And this is sicker.
Oh, no.
Sicker.
How many games? Oh, no.
Oh, there goes the cheat sheet.
It's time for sicko mode. Let's go.
Wristbands.
I'm a little bit lower on some of the teams in the bottom of the Sun Belt. If things go wrong, they could be like UMass UConn. That's kind of like sicko mode of a sicko mode.
Got long COVID over here. Repeat infection.
I saw a long COVID joke that I will not be sharing on air, but maybe for the group text, if you guys will crack up. All right. We're going to the state of New Mexico. And we're going to take a team that I think I've had to adjust my power ratings on really fast. This Tulsa team is pretty good, at least for that level of competition. I do not think New Mexico State is. This already got bet from an opener of 2 to 4.5, 5. I'm going to lay it with Tulsa. I think they go in. I think they're going to win by more than a touchdown. I made it 7.5. So, I mean, I'll lay the 4.5 all day there. Give me Tulsa.
Don't hate that.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, love it.
You know, I would bet that there is a large percentage of college football experts that might not realize that Kevin Wilson's still not the coach at Tulsa. It's Trey Lamb for those who aren't aware, but Tulsa's been that far below the radar. Like, they have been just in obscurity. You know, you are at the bottom of the American. Like, that is
plus 1.7 handicap. Trey Lamb, who's not scratch. He's better than scratch.
Also, shout out Tulsa King on Paramount Plus.
Yes,
that's right. Hey, speaking of Paramount Plus, coming up on the other side, we recap our week 2 locks and get into Moneyline, sprinkles, and more next.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle. Remarkable! To amuse you is my only wish.
The glory is yours, not mine.
Very good. Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Back here on the Cover 3 podcast, let's review the action we've got on our week 2 card. Bud has Illinois Duke first half under 24.5, Michigan Oklahoma first half under 23, Kent State plus 48.5, Ole Miss Kentucky first half under 26, Cincinnati minus 21, UCLA UNLV over 54.5, Fresno Oregon State. Fresno, Oregon State, first half under 23. Western Kentucky plus 7.5. Florida, first half minus 10. Tulsa minus 4.5. I've got Illinois Duke, first half under 24.5. Michigan, Oklahoma, first half under 23. Iowa, team total over 19.5. Baylor-SMU, first quarter over 14. Mississippi State plus 6.5. UCLA UNLV over 54.5. Fresno State plus 3.5. Arkansas team total over 43. Oregon first half minus 16.5. And Oregon minus 28.5. And Mississippi State plus 6.5. Danny's got Iowa plus 3.5. Michigan, Oklahoma, first half under 23. Illinois Duke over 49.5. Ole Miss Kentucky under 26. That'd be first half, right?
For which one?
Danny's Ole Miss Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's the first half under.
Okay. Ole Miss Kentucky, first half under 26. Kansas, Missouri over 50.5. Baylor-SMU over 63.5. BYU minus 20. USF Florida over 55.5. And Kansas State minus 17. And Tom's got Iowa State over 41.5, Michigan, Oklahoma under 45.5, Illinois Duke under 50, Oregon minus 28.5, Indiana minus 35, Miami, Rutgers over 45.5, Fresno State plus 3.5, and Western Kentucky plus 7.5. And those locks were sponsored by Cash App. As you heard us say at the top of the show, new Cash App users can use our code and get free money. Use our code COVER3, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 right in your account. Thank you, Cash App, for sponsoring the locks today and all season long on the Cover 3 podcast. And now it's time for the Moneyline Sprinkles, brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. All right, let's look at our sprinkles from last week. We had Miami was a winner. That came in for Tom and Chip. USF was a winner. That came in for Danny. Bud, the Charlotte plus 180 was a loss against App State. That means that so far our lock leader is Tom, up 0.25 units. Danny down 1.15 units. Bud down 2. Chip down 2.75 units. So, Tom, what would you like to sprinkle?
I've got 2 this week. We mentioned earlier there was one game that spent a lot of time trying to break down, couldn't really figure it out. And I feel like if there's a game where I'm spending a lot of time trying to figure out what's going to happen, and I can't really see an edge for one team over the other, and I think it's going to be close, but that team is currently plus 210 on the money line, I'm going to take that team. So give me Kansas plus 210 at Mizzou. And then finally, they might still be teaching them that the siege of Vicksburg is still going on in the state of Mississippi, but they're also teaching them how to ring cowbells and how to make a whole hell of a lot of noise and how to make life very, very difficult for the opponent. The same opponent who you lost by 1 score to on the road last season while your team was terrible, but your team is a little bit better this year. I think, at least I'm more encouraged by what I saw against Southern Miss than compared to what I saw from the Bulldogs last year. So give me Mississippi State at home to pull the upset plus 210.
Love those. All right, Danny.
Sometimes for a quarterback, it's about finding your level where you kind of thrive. Chandler Morris is doing that at Virginia. This line is stinky right here. I think you have a live dog on the road. Give me Virginia to beat NC State. I would hate to say I like Dave Doran a lot. I think Virginia might be one of the more improved teams out in the ACC. So I'm going to take Virginia to pull off that one. You know what else I'm going to tie in here? How about a former Virginia quarterback, the whoopsie daisy king? It feels like Dan Mullen has figured out who his guy is in Anthony Calandria. That's right. Give me UNLV. It's their Super Bowl to potentially get that win against a Power 4. I have my concerns about UCLA. Nico, he's got to be having second thoughts about what just transpired. He's running for his life. I don't know if it makes a difference playing against that defense. They can't protect him. Give me UNLV to win the game outright. Last one, lock agreement with Tom on Kansas. Give me Kansas over Mizzou.
Bud.
There's a lot of stuff I like, but not a lot of stuff I love as far as money line this week. So I'm trying to figure out what to give here on the show. This is not good enough to put on the official record. Very, very like personal pan pizza on Delaware plus 1,300, but not for the locks record. Where is Boston College?
Michigan's
in Boston.
Yeah. Give me BC plus 170.
Yeah, that's like a good one.
I don't know that those teams are that different. Certainly, Michigan State at home, that's a real crowd, but quarterback practice for BC. I think they can probably go in there and throw it around a little bit. I don't know if I love the pass rush for Michigan State. And, Childs is talented, but he's been talented. And I didn't see a real improvement in decision-making there from him. So BC plus 170 for me.
I am also on BC plus 170. I am also on Virginia. I had sent it to Mikey at plus 115. What'd you end up finding?
I can get it at 122.
122. I am also on Mississippi State. And then, listen, lean in, right? Iowa plus 140. Go into Ames and come out with a victory. So why not? Why stop now? Why jump to the other side when we can just absolutely steer into the skid? So I don't have BC, but I'll take it. I didn't sprinkle BC just to be fair. Just to be fair to the integrity of the process. The ones I sent over before the show: Iowa, Virginia, Mississippi State. So those are my
one more
sprinkles. Okay, one more.
Let's go back to Norman. Ooh. Give me Michigan.
What can you get?
What number is this game?
This is
399 plus 176.
There we go.
Listen. Hey,
that'd be big for the Big Ten.
I know Danny had that one locked and loaded. He's like,
I might get carpal tunnel if they start off 0-2 versus the Big Ten. Oh man, I'm just gonna be there firing away. Oh man,
Danny. Hey, I'm sorry. Danny's having trouble.
Oh man.
Danny's having trouble with his dexterity because the Big Ten keeps winning games against the SEC.
Holy cow.
All right, that's awesome. And those were the Moneyline Sprinkles brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. All right, boys. Week 2 in the books. Oh no, week 2 locks in the books. Week 2 very much on deck. Any Cowboys, Eagles thoughts?
All I know is everybody on ESPN just took the Eagles. I picked them in the survivor pool that Noah has going around, so I'm very nervous all of a sudden. When nobody gives them a chance, the NFL, there's just a lot of parity.
Can I add one more money line?
Yeah, sure.
Texas State 160.
Oh, yeah.
I think they hit on that quarterback.
So I was thinking about that for body blow also.
Yeah, that's a good point.
UTSA might have just sort of really tried to empty the tank in that big game against Texas A&M. But Texas State wasn't awesome, right? But yeah, at least worth a sprinkle. Don't hate that one at all. Saturday night, we will be back 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Instant reaction to everything that we saw from week 2. So make sure you come and hang out, youtube.com/cover3. And then we're just back at it. I'm excited about getting back into the normal flow of the game week. The 5-day week 1 throws everything off. So this is when we settle in. This is when we get things moving downhill. And you can follow him on Twitter at Tom Fornelli. You can follow him at Danny Kanell. You can follow him at Bud Elliott 3. You can follow me at Chip _Patterson. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Free Matt Chapman.
See y'all.